Paganism is a religion. Do they worship the devil? Do they live in the woods? Are they vegan? For answers to these questions and more, let's watch the video together. Paganism has roots in antiquity but is increasingly popular today. The term pagan first came into use during the 4th century as a pejorative to describe people of the Roman Empire who practiced ethnic religious rituals outside of Judaism and Christianity. Historically, as Christianity and Judaism took hold across the Western world, paganism became a peripheral practice for centuries, frowned upon by many, and reserved for those existing on the fringes of society. However, the term was, and still is, broadly applied to various religious beliefs and rituals. In recent years, there has been a resurgent interest in pagan religion, or religious practices that operate outside the monotheistic doctrines of Judaism, Christianity, or Islam. It can be tricky to define exactly what pagan religion is, but modern scholars see it as an umbrella term that refers to a series of spiritual practices, including Druidry, Wicca, goddess spirituality, shamanism and animism, or a combination of these values. Ultimately, paganism is about reconnecting back to the natural world, and a belief that all living things interact in a natural symbiosis. The pagan religious practices of today are linked to ancient cultures who existed in close harmony with the natural world. These ancient pagans would not have used the term pagan to describe themselves, but would have developed distinct, indigenous practices related to their own set of circumstances. Many early pagans worshipped more than one god, and performed rituals in natural settings such as stone circles, hilltops, streams, waterfalls, and forests. Ruins of today reveal how prehistoric and ancient cultures arranged their places of worship by the patterns of nature, including the summer and winter solstices. The practice of paganism can be traced back to around 8000 BCE, with the earliest evidence found in archaeological sites such as Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. These ancient practices included rituals, worship of nature, and beliefs in multiple deities. Paganism thrived in ancient Greece and Rome, where various gods and goddesses were worshipped. Temples were built to honor deities, and festivals were held to celebrate them. The Vikings practiced a form of paganism known as Norse mythology, which involved worshipping gods such as Odin, Thor, and Freyja. Their beliefs included a belief in an afterlife and the importance of honor and bravery. Slavic paganism was practiced by the Slavic peoples of Eastern Europe, focusing on nature deities, spirits, and rituals. This form of paganism was eventually replaced by Christianity as the dominant religion in the region. During the 1960s, paganism became a widespread and popular practice among the hippie generation, who rejected mainstream society for alternative views. An increasing awareness of past, distant cultures helped in the resurgence of ancient practices such as Druidry and shamanism, and a move away from Christianity. Paganism particularly appealed to feminists as a symbol of defiance in the face of religious oppression, and the celebration of Mother Nature as a feminine force. Similarly, ecologists saw paganism as a means of preserving the increasingly fragile planet, and attuning with nature's needs. In the 18th century, there was a revival of interest in paganism in Europe, known as the Romantic movement. This led to the exploration of ancient myths, rituals, and practices, as well as the creation of modern pagan traditions such as Wicca. In the 19th century, paganism was adopted as a self-descriptor by members of various artistic groups inspired by the ancient world. For ethical reasons, most pagans strongly prefer foods derived from organic farming and free-range livestock rearing, while many are vegetarian or vegan. There are some pagans who believe that eating meat violates the concept of harm none, as outlined in the Wiccan Rede, so they choose for that reason to become vegan or vegetarian. Modern pagan groups differ considerably on socio-cultural and political issues. Many groups welcome members of any gender, ethnicity, or sexual orientation and sometimes intertwine their religion with an activist commitment to progressive causes, such as feminism.